So, for this first assignment, what I decided to do was an in-depth look into the poem Unfold Your Own Myth by Rumi and how it relates to everyday life. I call my assignment Finding Your Passion by Brian Saw. So, in Unfold Your Own Myth by Rumi, there are two themes. One of them is talks about how you do not always necessarily find what you are seeking, but what you are seeking en route to what you are seeking, that may just be a stepping stone for what truly is your passion and what truly is for you. Because you may find out midway through that you like something else and that is your true calling. Another one is do not be satisfied with following in the footsteps of others. You must create your own path. What that one's basically saying is that you can't just sit back and watch other people tell you stories about how to do certain things and how to go along with certain things. You have to create your own destiny and create your own path so that you are able to tell your own story at the end of it. So there's three lines in the poem or three parts of the poem that I want to go over. One says, "But don't be satisfied with stories, how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth, without complicated explanation, so everyone will understand the passage we have opened you." Basically, what that one is saying is that you can't just be satisfied listening to other people's stories and how what they have done has worked or not worked for them. You have to go through and find your own passion, and once you do it yourself, you're able to understand the process better, and then you can explain it better to other people. And another one that I wanted to go over was Jesus slips into a house to escape enemies and opens a door to the other world. What this one is saying is, just like in finding your passion, you may not always find your passion directly and just be looking for it and find it. It may take you some time and it may take you some different routes. So in this one, it's saying that Jesus went in to a house to escape the enemies, but ended up opening a door to the other world. If he had never went into the house to escape the enemies, he would have never found the door to the other world. And the next one is Omar storms in to kill the prophet and leaves with blessings. So when Omar stormed in, he never expected to be leaving with blessings. He expected to kill the prophet. But through the process of doing what he was doing to try to find his passion, he left with something even better that was truly for him. So why do people go to school? A lot of people go to school to get a degree, to get the job in the major that they desire. For example, some people go into computer science to work in computers. But many people during college decide that they want to change their majors. And this is because a lot of people go in with a predetermined mindset. Oh, I want to be a math major so I can be a teacher. And then find out that maybe their true calling is in engineering. Maybe they like building stuff. Maybe that is what they truly enjoy doing. And that is part of finding your passion and part of what going to college and school is for. Yeah, a lot of people go to college to find their passions and find out what they really want to do. So next we will be talking about playing sports in college and how that relates to the poem and how it relates to finding your passion. So a lot of people who play sports in college, like myself, play because they simply love the game. If they're playing in college, they've probably been playing the sport for a long time. Many of them decide that they want to turn professional, and that is the goal that they are after. However, sometimes that doesn't work out. A very small percentage of college athletes actually end up playing professionally in the sport or just end up playing professionally in general. Many go for the connections. However, for a lot of people that I know, playing sports in college has led them playing sports in college, even though they wanted to be professional, many of the people that I know wanted to end up playing professionally. Um, they ended up getting careers in other things like general managing a golf course, in my case, for the people that I know. And some of them ended up becoming golf coaches. And that is just to show that just because you go in wanting to be a professional doesn't mean that that's going to be your end of destination. And maybe their passion changed, or maybe they found their true passion, which was becoming a golf coach or becoming a general manager, even though that is not what they initially went in deciding they wanted to do. So next we will be talking about The Flash, which is my favorite TV show, and how it relates to finding your passion and the poem. So the main character in the show, his name is Barry Allen. He's also known as the Flash, and he works in the lab trying to find his mom's killer in order to free his dad from jail, because his dad was accused of killing his mom. However, Barry knows that the dad did not kill his mom. But anyways, while in the lab, Barry gets struck by lightning and ends up getting super speed. So what does this have to do with the poem and finding your passion? Well, Barry, after getting super speed, realizes that his true calling is no longer in CSI, which is where he was working at before he was struck by lightning. He realizes that his true calling is being a superhero, to where since he has super speed, he is able to help other people, slow things down, and solve a lot of crime. And so what this is representing is that just because he was trying to solve a murder that his dad was accused of, he ended up finding a different route, which was becoming a superhero, which he did not expect and would never have happened if he hadn't been looking for his dad's murderer in the lab. So what this has taught me about finding my passion and what the lessons that I will take from this poem and apply them is I will go into every situation from here on out with an open mind. Um, from what we learned in the poem, just because I'm looking for something doesn't necessarily mean what I'm looking for is truly for me. What I may find in the process is what is truly for me. Um, which goes with expecting to not necessarily get what you were initially looking for. And don't be discouraged because you didn't find exactly what you wanted out of a situation. The situation that you may stumble upon and come across may be better in the long run than the situation that you were initially looking for. And the last one, which I think is the most important, is do not sit back and watch someone else. Create your own path, because that is when you will learn the most. An example that I've heard before is when you're lifting in the gym and you're watching somebody lift, and you continue watching them and watch their growth. But it's easier to help someone else if you go through the process of lifting on your own and learning what works best for you, so that you are able to explain it in your own ways and how it worked for you to somebody else. And yeah, that is what I got from the poem.